So we won't keep quiet for you, Igbo or anybody. Anybody, kanu or anybody, fight for the rights of your people. But you will not turn my own people into slaves because I want you to see me as an activist who is quoting Karl Marx. I don't join that stupid bandwagon. If you cannot vote, if you cannot go to your area, you should not come here. It's as simple as that. That's a clear message. If you are shooting young people, they could not write mathematics exams, WAEC exams. You all keep quiet. You are now speaking English in Lagos and Ibadan because your own children are here in our own midst. Where there is peace, hypocrite non-queer. You will not vote. You won't be allowed to choose our leaders for us. Go and choose for your own people. You won't choose our leaders for us. Obi is a fraudulent person. Yeah, he knows it. Challenge me on it and let us fight. Hey, serious. Serious, Koko. We've been keeping quiet and we've been looking at you and you think you are smart. Let us, Shegu, let them abuse me. I'm ready for them.
I'm
ready for them.
In our next live virtual interview, I will ask you whether you are part of those who brought out the Oro on election day. But that will be
whether I am part. Whether I was part of those who brought out Oro. No, forget. I support Oro. If they can sit at home, and they can enforce it, we are Oro. Yes, we will do our Oro. We will do our. It is not when you come to our place that you don't talk about one Nigeria when we are doing Oro. You talk about your right to move. We don't have a right to even open any shop, to buy, to move.
We mean it, and we're going to make it happen. You know, we have been undermined. We have been underrated. We have been told that we do not have the experience. We have been told that we cannot do it. We have been told that we are new to the game. We have been told that, oh, politics is not for, the young people. What do we know about politics? Right from when our principal, moved from the PDP, to the Labour Party. It's been, all of these comments, coming from PDAPC, the Siamese twins, so, but however, we have news for them, and our principal has proven to be a man of great strength, strength of character, a man of great capacity, a competent man, a man who has the capacity to take us from consumption to production, a man of great courage. Do you know what it means to move from a supposedly leading party to an unknown party just in 8 months? And he's been able to become the conversation, even when the media wasn't courting him, even when the media was disregarding him, even when the media was calling all his, his supporters names. But now he is the beautiful bride. He has become the force. He has become the conversation. The reason why the world is keyed in into the next elections that is coming in 13 days' time is because of our principal, Mr. Peter Obi, a man who has great compassion and empathy. He embodies the 5 C's that you look for in a leader, a man who has offered himself, a man who keeps taking himself to the people, not a man who is running away from the people, not a man whom we don't see him talk to us, not a man who clearly tells us he's bigger than bigger than the country that he wants to govern. That's the reason why he cannot sit down and be questioned. But Peter Obi has made himself available to the people. Yesterday was electrifying. I came all the way from Abuja to Lagos. I had told myself that whenever the date for Lagos rally is fixed, I, Maureen Barriat Kabrak, would be in attendance in that rally. Because for me, Lagos must understand that at the end of it all, their people are speaking, and they are speaking loudly. And they're saying that whom they have had as a godfather in Lagos for 23 years, they're going to retire him and all the structures that they have around them. And not just that, we, the people of Nigeria, we're also speaking loudly that we're not just going to retire the one godfather that has lasted for 23 years, but that we're going to retire the entire establishment of PDAPC that has held us in captivity, that has kept us in poverty, that has weaponized poverty, that even went ahead to steal palliatives that was given to citizens, not by them. It was bought by corporate bodies. They hoarded it. Some even had their faces on it, waiting to use it for their birthdays. So that particular, these two Siamese twins that have brought us nothing but pain. When you said the past 2 weeks have been hellish, no, hero. The past 8 years has been hellish. For Nigerians, there is no longer a middle class in Nigeria. It has been erased completely. And that is why we want to erase the PDAPC too, so that we can begin to have a Nigeria that will function, a Nigeria that will work for all, a Nigeria that when we come out and we say we're Nigerians, people will be proud to hold that green passport, as our principal said, at Chatham House. And that is why we spoke loudly yesterday. The atmosphere, and I'm sure Lagos, Nigeria, and the world over heard us, and they heard us loudly.
All right.
Over time, a lot of people from Anambra, and the call started from inside the house. A lot of people, I remember when this started, young people were posting, when I was head boy, when I was the best graduating student, this is what Peter Obi did. Look at the transformer he brought to make sure that our school was running on electricity. Look at the number of computers that he bought, to the point that HP even commented that, this is the largest purchase you have seen in the Middle East and Africa. Look at the cars he bought to enable security during his time, to the point that, 3 years, the last 3 years of his tenure, there was no armed robbery in Anambra State. Look at, people have things to point at. There's also the part that, his money management skills and how much he was able to live for a state like Anambra. There's an antecedent, there's history. People have seen this man like, yes, he participated in Nigerian politics, because politics is a conduit to governance. And you cannot say it, at this point, Terry, we do not have people who can run as independent candidates. And that's quite unfortunate. Again, in the activist part of me, we're still fighting for that. But while we don't have that, people have to join political parties. And when you join political parties, you're going to be in the mix with all sorts. But the thing that sets Peter Obi apart is when he joined, there's so many things he did to make sure that his name stands apart. Even his process of winning office, even going to the court to make sure that he wins election. I mean, he's the first governor to have achieved that. All of those processes, even the court cases that came with that, set us on the path we are in today for people to reclaim their mandate. So this man has successfully set himself apart. It's not about where did you participate. He has to. We keep telling people, don't fold us. We don't say it's only bad people. If you don't participate, it's only the bad people that will participate. And then when they participate, you're like, oh, they're a member of the old guard. He had no choice. This is the route he had to take, the conduit towards good governance, and he delivered.
You were right. I would ask you about those the antecedents in details. We'll talk about them one after the other eventually. But let me ask you this question. I've listened to you talk about the need for people to do away with the conversational structure, and talk about the need for people to ignore what transactional politics is, because that will not obtain with the Labour Party. Yeah. And I'm curious, considering the status quo, we cannot do away with what is visible or what the country is used to. And for many people, this is not something we can wish away. It does exist. How are you convincing the people in the rural areas who are practically used to being handed gift items, food items, in preparation for the elections? How are you able to convince them? Or have you been able to convince them that without giving them that, they could have a better future if they vote for Peter Obi? A
lot of these people, we've gone beyond convincing. Many of these people are those who you should also be asking, so how are you going to be able to convince your next neighbor since you're a believer now? Because a lot of these people are part of those who are...
At the rural areas, yes, where they don't have electricity?
At the rural areas, that's sadly though that they don't have electricity and internet like the rest of us. I mean, that's a great group of Nigerians. But we've had people, at the rural areas. I've had calls from my village, in Jemana local government again, people saying, look, this...
got 54%. So a party that got 7% in the last election, the man that won, it's time to consolidate, by joining the ruling party. And then a chieftain of the Labour Party says, oh, this is a wasteful defection. Do you share that view?
Let me begin by saying that the statistics being given about the percentage scored by Labour Party in the 2023 general election is erroneous.
It's what?
Erroneous. It's not correct.
Yeah, but the election was challenged. Wait to the Supreme Court.
Let me land, Dr. Abati.
Okay.
We have a situation where figures are allotted to various political parties. The tsunami that greeted the presidential election in Delta State was unprecedented for Labour Party. And Some of us, including my very self, were offered humongous sums of money, such that I've never seen in my life, to support the ruling party, PDP. We rejected it on principle. And
hello, everyone. Welcome to this live session. If you just listen to what this man said, he said humongous amount of money was offered to him, money he has never seen all his life in the last election, so that he can support the APC. But he rejected that money. Anyway, this conversation is coming at the wake of defection, news coming up. Fubara is about to enter the APC, just like the Delta State governor has defected to the APC. And if you watch this video from the beginning, you listen to the man who said they will never allow Igbos in Lagos to decide who becomes their leader, that Igbos should go to the Southeast if they cannot coordinate the Southeast and they are doing sit at home and they want to come to Lagos to decide who becomes the governor or leaders in Lagos, that they are not going to allow it. So guys, it's all about the tale of two former governors, Peter Obi, Tinubu. Who is the best fit for this country? And why is the APC suddenly gagging people to join the APC? It's like, if you don't join, we will destroy you. If you don't join, we will destroy you. If you don't join, we will destroy you. That is the technique that is happening now in the APC. Trying to gag people from the PDP or other parties to join the APC at all costs is a must. Kwankwaso is said to have joined the APC. That was yesterday or day before yesterday. Some governors governor like that of Kebbi State and other lawmakers joined the APC recently. Now, the Delta State governor has joined the APC. News just broke today that Fubara has accepted to join the APC. So guys, why the sudden fear is because of what Peter Obi did in 2027. If they don't believe Peter Obi is a force, they won't be doing what they are doing. You see how they use emergency rule to squeeze sweat out of Fubara, and Fubara has no option than to yield to pressure to join the APC, not because the people of Rivers are willing to join the APC, even that of Delta State. This man you just listened to now is from Delta State. In Delta State, the governor defected, but the people of Delta are saying they are not moving. Because like you heard from this man, he said the figures that INEC presented during the presidential election and the governorship election for Delta State are erroneous, meaning they are wrong. Peter Obi won presidential and Labour Party still win governorship elections, but INEC declared whatever they deem right for them. Anyway, you must have heard the recent statement by Ganduje. Ganduje said, China runs one-party system and it works for them. So he's asking, why shouldn't we have a one-party system in Nigeria? So left for these people, democracy should come to an end. Because if we have a one-party system, then there is no longer democracy. Democracy is what people paid with their blood, their lives, their sweat, so that Nigeria can get. But you see, under Tinubu's government, democracy is almost dying. It has even died. Now, this person reacted and said, China also executes corrupt politicians, and it works for them very well too. That means if you want us to emulate China, let it not just be in the one-party system of a thing. Let's also emulate China, which executes corrupt people. Do you think the APC is ready to go with this one? It's going to be a bitter cola for them. They know they have failed and they don't have any option than to start opening files of corruption, using the EFCC as their police to begin to pursue politicians and pursue them into APC by force, by fire, by force. You have to join the APC because the Tinubu's government has got no record to offer Nigerians, no performance. That is what is happening now. Now take a look at this headline and it says, kidnappers spied abducted APC chairman after collecting ransom. You must have heard that an APC chairman in Ondo State was kidnapped. And the people who went to give him to pay the ransom, when they got to the lion den where the kidnappers were, they collected the ransom and also kidnapped those people. Kidnapped them and kept, and now asked the family to bring more 30,000. Sorry, not 30,000, more, let me be sure, I think 30 million, yes, more 30 million naira. I'm going to read from this back end. Honestly, this country is gone because the APC is not ready. It's not ready to remedy this country. All they want is for them to get into office at all costs and begin to do what they are doing. You see now, recently they went to the UK to go and put together Tinubu's achievements. So they cannot see Tinubu's achievements while they are in Nigeria. Only when they go to the UK, they'll be able to put together Tinubu's achievement. So guys, a whole lot is happening in this country. You will not believe it. I'm going to share this screen so that you are going to read along with me. That is to tell you that this country is gone. Before we get to where I want to read, let's take a look at other headlines. These are all today's headline. None of them is an old headline. You know, that's to tell you the level of failure among these people. Benue State, gunmen attacked traders in Agatu by 15. Benue has always been bleeding. The food basket is now the blood basket of the country. The state that is known to be feeding Nigeria because people can always access their farms, do their normal farming work, sell it, send their children to school, attend to other needs. Today, they can no longer go to the farm. Every day is buying. And Tinubu is busy parading, going around the world. You know, recently he came back from France. Now he's in Rome. And he is not even doing anything. You must have heard that Nigerian military men were killed recently by Boko Haram members. Report says Boko Haram attacked 4 military bases within the space of 24 hours. You can imagine that. And since that time, we only heard that Tinubu had a closed-door meeting with the security chiefs. We've not seen any proactive actions that they are taking to reduce the level of buying in this country. It is getting out of hand. The Nigerian military men, now there is a headline today where parents of military personnel are now raising alarm that their children are being sacrificed to terrorists. That is exactly what is happening. Some of these military men, they don't even have enough or sophisticated weapons. They don't have the kind of drones. You must have heard that Boko Haram operates drones. They don't have any of these, and they are being sent at the forefront. You must have seen the soldiers who were sentenced to death. Ask me why they were sentenced to death. In this Nigeria, you can go to Channels Television and search for not Channels, Arise TV. They were sentenced to death because they were sent to Boko Haram territory. And they fought that battle. When it became intense, Boko Haram killed 68 of them. And they returned back to their base. They were now asked to go back again and go and confront Boko Haram and also recover the bodies of the fallen soldiers who were killed. You know, they refused. And because of that, they were sentenced to death. After some period of time, they were now handed 10 years imprisonment. And finally, Falana came into the matter, lawyer Falana, and tried to pursue it. And finally, they were dismissed from the military. Now, why did they rebel? Why did they refuse? Why was that disobedience there? It's because before they went for that fight, the Nigerian military told them that they are going to provide them with jets that will be assisting them from the air. But the man said when they got there, they didn't see any jets helping them. And Boko Haram had more sophisticated weapons, and they could not stand it. That it was by God's grace that a few of them survived. 68 died, and they were able to come back to the camp, and then they were asked to go back again. And when they said no, they were sentenced to death. That is the Nigeria of today. Now, you may have heard or you may have seen that recently Boko Haram started attacking military bases, setting ablaze vehicles, and cutting away with weapons and all kinds of things. And the Nigerian military finally reacted to that attacks, admitted that some of their men were killed, and the CDS finally said it was because of the pressure coming from the Sahel region. The terrorists are now like, there is a kind of outburst, as in more influx. Their activities are more pronounced. And we were told by a lawmaker from Borno State that they now operate drones. And the Nigerian military came out to confirm that Boko Haram is operating drones that are difficult to dictate. You can hardly dictate them. They are like those operated by Putin. That is Moscow and Ukraine in the fights they are fighting. That is the description given by the Nigerian military. Now, with this kind of description, what are you thinking? Don't you think there is fire on the mountain? Because the Nigerian military suddenly started telling Boko Haram, please come surrender. Surrender. Told the part of your colleagues that have surrendered, come and surrender. And recently, the air defense, what do they call it again? Air Force, sorry, was also calling on bandits and other criminals to come surrender. So you know what that means. When you are begging your enemies to come and surrender, what does that mean? Indirectly or indirectly, you are already tired of the fight. So that is to tell you that there is fire on the mountain. There is nothing much that this administration is doing to secure Nigerians. Do you see these headlines? If you look critically, you see they are bearing the dates of today, May 18, 2025. Just that, okay, we've not crossed the next day, but you can see that it is bearing today, Saturday, 18th of May. These are not old headlines. These are new headlines. So you can see it's now affecting even the APC, that their leader, their chairman was kidnapped and ransom was paid. Those that went to drop the ransom, they were also kidnapped. And now the bandits started asking for 30 million, additional 30 million. And at the end of the day, they collected that initial ransom and still paid the APC chairman. You see, now this is today's headline. If you can see that very well. And it says, bandits killed 15 farmers in Kebbi community, injured 3. This one is bandits. Nigerians, we have leaders that do not care. They don't care. All over the places, people are being kidnapped, and none of it makes sense to these people. This is, the government is saying that they are approving implementation of Nigeria First policy to ban foreign goods. Don't you think they are just trying to target businesses? Tell me, which of these governors is ready, which of these leaders is ready to use innocent motors? Which of them is ready to use even made in Nigerian clothes? Which of them? Which of them? Just tell me. Tell me. Tinubu was today in Rome, or was he yesterday or today? He has been in Rome, Go and check the shoes he's wearing, the clothes he's wearing, everything, and tell me where they are coming from. But now they want to ban on foreign goods. They want to place ban on foreign goods. This is just going to target businesses. And you know what that means, especially for people like the Southeasterners who depend mostly in businesses, doing businesses. They are going to be the worst hit with this new measure that is being taken by the federal government. You want to do Nigeria first. You have not employed your people. You have not empowered them. You've not given people skills. Assuming somebody's goods is banned from being imported into Nigeria, at least the person can go and look for a job. There are no job opportunities. Nothing is working, and they just woke up from sleep and say they want to do Nigeria first. Anyway, we are going to see how all this is going to play out. But that tells you a lot about the kind of leadership we have in this country. Recently, the Minister for Power said they want to go to Egypt to go and learn about power. The same Egypt that Peter Obi went to. And some of them criticized Peter Obi. They criticized him and said, he's going to learn. Now they want to go and learn. Most of the policies of Peter Obi, they've tried implementing it. It's not working because you cannot just take something that somebody has customized for himself and you want to just use it while you are not the person. It doesn't work that way. Peter Obi has something in mind when he penned down his own manifestos. You cannot just take it and implement. Anyway, let's move ahead. This is Putin. According to news, if you check, this is dated 28th of April 2025, that Putin has offered to help Nigeria. The headline says Putin offers Nigeria weapons, expertise to counter insurgency. That is it. Because as it stands now, the Nigerian military somehow is already showing sign of weakness, because for these guys to target 4 military bases within the space of 24 hours speaks a lot about our ability to fight them. This other headline also said, Russia willing to share counter-terrorism strategies with Nigeria. That is coming from the envoy. This was last week, April, Tuesday, and it's 2025. So that is to tell you that already somebody is already getting tired of this fight, and they don't have any option than to bring in foreign mercenaries. Because we were told that they've been advised to bring in foreign mercenaries and some of them ignored it. But now I don't think they should anymore ignore that, because the kind of alarm that is being raised, do you know that we have limited personnel of the military? We don't have enough manpower. We don't have sophisticated weapons. And every year the budget, majority of the budget goes to defense, goes to security. Tell me what they are doing with all the money. We don't know. Still, Fulani is coming, buy as they want. If they decide to buy 100 this night, they will buy. Nothing will happen. If they decide to buy 200 tomorrow, they will buy. Nothing will happen. If you go to Benue State, we heard that they've taken over many schools. That is where Boko Haram, bandits, headsmen, they are occupying schools and other places. You cannot go those places because they've taken over. They come into a community, they convert it to be theirs and pursue the owners of the communities out so that they can stay there. And from there, they will now convert it into their own, give that community a new name. A new name. That's what they are doing. And we have a government that does not even react to all these kind of things happening in Nigeria. So guys, it's really so pathetic. Now, military asks remaining Boko Haram terrorists to surrender. This was last month. The Nigerian military asking both the remaining Boko Haram people, those that have not repented. Recently they granted them repentance. Is it pardon, or how do you call it? And rehabilitation and reintroduction into the society. And they now said they want the remaining Boko Haram members to come surrender. And after giving them this offer, guess what Boko Haram did? They now launch more attacks on the military. They launch more attacks on Nigerian military bases. This is dated May 15th. Nigerian Air Force asks bandits, other criminals to surrender. This is May 15th, 2025, just a few days ago. Nigerian Air Force is asking them, come and surrender. We don't want to fight again with you. Come, all ye bandits and all ye criminals. While the Nigerian military is asking all ye Boko Harams, come and surrender. We don't want to quarrel anymore. We don't want to fight anymore. So guys, I'm just wondering if there is any country like Nigeria where you arrest people who have committed all kinds of offenses and you tell them you are giving them pardon. And upon all the pardon they've granted to Boko Haram members, you see what they are still doing to Nigerians. They are inflicting more injury on Nigeria as a country. The Borno State governor said they have released 300,000 Boko Haram members that have surrendered, meaning these people have been reintroduced into the society. And you think that insecurity will end soon. So I don't know if you follow this news. If you check critically, you see the date there. That should be May 15th, 2025. In the den of these bandits, they kidnapped a pregnant woman, and this woman gave birth to twins in their den. Guess what? They used the two babies to feed their dogs. They gave the two babies to their dogs. This is this month's headline, like 4 or 5 days ago. You know, this month, sorry, yeah, today is 18th and this is 15th. Okay, this coming from Vanguard. That a woman who has carried her pregnancy for 9 months was unfortunate to find herself in the den of these bandits and gave birth there. You know what that means for you to have given birth in such an environment? And guess what? After that trauma, after that travel, after that pain, after that journey, they now took her two babies through to their dogs, and their dogs ate those babies up. And we have leaders in this country. We have leaders, right? And nobody is saying, go and look for them. Go and look for those bandits. We must dislodge them. Nobody is saying that. That's the kind of country we have found ourselves. This is just the same story, but let me read this out. It says, the visibly distressed lawmaker said a pregnant woman who was abducted. She gave birth to a set of twins in captivity. Then the leader of the bandits took the twins and threw them at his dogs. The dogs ate them up, one after the other. That's the story I've just told you. This is coming. The first one you saw is from Vanguard, and then Punch carried the same news. That's to tell you that we are in a very bad situation in this country, honestly. I don't know where else this can happen. Even in those countries that you used to neglect, like Pakistan, Afghanistan, Syria, see, the Western world is now recognizing them. I don't know if you have heard that Trump met with Syrian president. The Syrian president was once an ICC member. You know, those who bite people. He has now assumed office and said he has repented. And he's now fighting against those he was once with. He met with Trump. And then you go to Pakistan. Pakistan had an investment coming from Trump's family. So some of these countries are not seeing the kind of things we are seeing in Nigeria anymore. They are not seeing it. Afghanistan now is also fighting to a kind of normalized relationship with the West. But if you come to Nigeria, tell me how many world leaders want to visit this country with this kind of news? That is the question. So a whole lot is happening in Nigeria, and I don't know where we are heading to with all this. Now, when you go to Twitter, there have been calls on Tinubu. He has been having some gbas with the very dark man who has called him out because of the NAS president who is alleged to be held, I think, in the DSS custody or so, you know, and a whole lot has been going on what Tinubu is trying to do with this guy. Nobody knows detail about the story indeed, you know. But a whole lot is happening about what is happening in this government of today, you know, and see how they are forcing people to join the APC because Tinubu must come back in 2027. Tinubu must come back. I don't understand. Tinubu must come back, and it does not. They don't even care what that means to Nigeria. They don't care, you know. They don't care that Tinubu must come back, and so many things are not being done, and they don't care. I don't know why we are in this kind of situation. Security is a problem. Nobody cares. All they want is governors must come over. Governors, you must come over. You must come over to the APC. If you don't come over, we will use the EFCC. We'll use this one, we'll use that one. Anyway, let me just take you to Twitter and share some of the headlines there, just for you to see what is happening in Nigeria today. So, like I told you, that the very dark man is having some buzz with Sheyi Tinubu's supporters. You know, some of them have tried. Okay, before I share that with you, let me show you where the whole thing started. I think the very dark man made a video about Sheyi Tinubu and all that. And guess what? His supporters have now come for him and calling him out. Just trying to look for that video. Let me see if I bookmarked it. Yeah, this is it.
Oh, you see this video straight to Sheyi Tinubu, and I swear to God, I don't care. You understand? Now, Sheyi Tinubu to the president's son. The truth be say, in this whole thing that your name is being mentioned, if to say an advanced country, by now you're supposed to be in the interrogation room. But I understand that the country's law does not work, and it is about who is more influential. But you see, me, I will always talk. What is the worst that can happen? They'll come kidnap me again, use a mask, cover my face, I be blindfold, carry me, go drop for underground cell. That's the highest they can do. Or worst case scenario, wow, very dark man don't go, another one will come up, because eventually I will still die. Do you understand? Now, Sheyi Tinubu, the reason why I'm speaking out, it is because of this guy. And I hear now, say this guy, now, according to the story, allegedly saying they for DSS cell. Do you understand? And that's why I have a problem. This guy came out to make a very serious allegation that you are giving instructions to people that they should buy him, and if they buy him, you instruct the Inspector General of Police to clean it up. That is a very serious allegation. He also made mention of these people in this position: the Minister of Youth, the MD of NTA, the SSA to the President on Student Affairs, SA to the Minister of Defense, and one name called Ladoja. Do you understand? Now, coincidentally, I was arrested by EFCC for some charges, and I'm out again. The day I came out was the same day they said the guy had apologized. No problem. From nowhere again, the guy filed a lawsuit against 3 people, and your name, Sheyi Tinubu, was still mentioned in it. Do you understand? I will read it, make everybody see it. Like I said, anything we want to make it happen. Now, as you can see here, people, it says between Comrade Atiku Abubakar Isa and number 1, the director of the Directorate of State Security Service, DSS, the director of NTA, and Mr. Sheyi Tinubu. Do you understand? Now, Sheyi Tinubu, another thing I want to let you know, for your name to even come in the mix of this whole thing, it is a shame and it is a disgrace that the president's son, we go using time, they do something where go benefit the people. Now, this kind of thing, your name, they come up on. It is a disgrace and a shame. If nobody go talk, I go talk. I never chop any politician money for this country. I clean die. And I get the platform and I go speak up when somebody's right is being abused or when somebody's being oppressed. Now, the guy don't file lawsuits against you now. Somebody will come out to apologize, don't come file lawsuit. Next thing, with the year say the guy they lost. Next thing, with the year say allegedly say they see firearm for your hand. It is not fair. Abuse of power is clearly being in place some way, somehow. By who, I don't know. But until these people that are being mentioned in the guy's previous video, until they clear themselves, then this is rubbish. Don't let the guy they go. You people are lucky Nigerians don't ask questions because they cannot put your name in something like this and you go see the waka and everybody don't forget about the thing. It's nonsense, bro. We should let the guy go. Whoever is holding that guy, let him go. If you say the guy is lying, make una go court. He has already filed the suit. If he's lying, you people have the money to afford the best signs. Take a stand here. Then if the guy they lie, then the guy go apologize or una give him in punishment for defaming you. But no be say somebody talk something, the person go miss. Now me say very soon, say me self go miss. That's what it means. It means I go miss very soon. Yes, it means say me self they go soon pick me very soon. I feel the waka tomorrow now. They'll come frame me with something because I did talk. When I said the guy they lie, okay, yes, you people should prove it. Want to know what happened? They cannot come and make such allegation that you say me person, made a pipe person and inspector, Inspector General of Police go clear the mess. And everybody they quiet about them. It's wrong. And like I said, it's a disgrace and an embarrassment that your name is coming up in something like this as a president's son. If anybody know if you talk, me go talk. I not dey fear anybody. Nobody life. My life not there anybody hand. My life not God and the day. At the end of the day, worst case scenario, wow, you don't go. And this one, I want to tell all those Nigerians when they talk, say, "Ah, very dark man," because I hear that a lot. And anytime all these people, when I know, all these big men won't advise me, they'll say, "These Nigerians you are fighting for, if anything happens to you tomorrow, they'll move on." The Pope just died. When the Pope died, was the world on standstill? Everybody have moved on. There's a new Pope. There's nothing special about very dark man or any other human being on earth. Jesus Christ, bye, everybody don't move on. My name of the year. Michael Jackson, one of the most famous name whenever enter this world. He bye, everybody move on. Janadua, bye, everybody move on. So there's nothing special. When people say that, I always wonder why people are so dumb. Because it sounds dumb. Now the talk where they bring to make everybody fear. Hey, if anything happens to you, Nigeria will move on. Everybody will move on. Even if the president said bye today, everybody will move. Even if Donald Trump bye today, everybody will move on. There's nobody on this earth where go bye, where the world will stand on the pause. What is wrong is wrong. My fear is for 2026, 2027. That's my fear. Anybody will talk during that period, boom, they will move you. The allegations the guy made are very strong. Clear your names. He said, when I won't give 100 million to support Tinubu, he's saying all they do. And because he's in charge of a lot of students across Nigeria, and as the president of those students, you people know that he commands some form of legion. Next to Peter Amaras and recording nakedness, according to him, then una the blackmailer. His friend also came out to say, yes, they saw Sheyi Tinubu there. And he told the manager of Escalating that the manager of Escalating should not let them do their events there. All these things are allegations. I know they're there. I am not there. My analysis are based off on the allegation that was made. So what do you need to do? You clarify. I beg. And to DSS, una be big name, una fit do and undo for this country. Una get spy, una fit catch anybody for this country. My only thing I want to say to you people is this. Back in the day, even me myself, we won't join DSS back in the day. Because of what we know DSS for. DSS will only move you when it concerns the piece of national security. That's when we know see DSS, they move. You know if you see DSS. Nowadays, they will say DSS carry person. One big man talks, say, make DSS pack person. Then they even use DSS, they do bouncer. Now they use DSS, they do security. DSS. That's what abuse of power have done to Nigeria. DSS. Some people will carry DSS, they open their doors. DSS. DSS will be say, if you see them, you go no say more. You don't pass, be careful. Now, but it's Nigeria. DSS, whoever the DSS, now that's the truth at the talk. Oh, don't go find me carry you. Do you understand? Don't go find me carry. Now the truth I tell you, if you pay una, I pay una. That's just the truth. But the point is this: wanna let that guy go. Let him go. Face him in court. Sheyi and whoever they call for that thing, where no say the best, let him go and face him in court.
So guys, you've heard what the very dark man said, and after that video, he had some reaction coming from Sheyi Tinubu's boys. Take a look at this.
Man, you see, say I carry mic for you because you know, say I know your English. So the English we I know here. So I won't talk and make them just say a little while where I understand how they speak so that people go understand. Very dark man, first of all, you have made different two video less than 24 hours. You are repeating yourself in that same video. If you are talking to Sheyi at the back, you are begging him that you want to be with him, and you like what he's doing, come out, tell people. That's number one. Number two, you are saying that when the same day they release you from EFCC, is that same day the guy make an apology video. Who are you? Something they heard. Who are you? Who you be? Who will you be? The madness will don't start. The madness will don't start from inside our Adubo, inside Lagos, inside Shomolu where we don't start. It doesn't come out. Don't worry, we go give you back to back. Don't worry, I'm coming. You know, say, I don't see na hand. I don't see na hand one place, but cute. And I did lucky. I don't want to bust some heads. I just did. I did my day. You know, say you have make a different video that what you don't have a proof. You have make a different video what you don't make. You don't have a proof. Different ones. That one they aside for you. Don't understand. Remember, my own lawyer na boxer. My own lawyer na boxer. If you reach court before you enter the court alone, ori agbono, ori agbono, ori magbono, o magbono. Me myself, no worry. That one aside. Number two, you are saying that you never chop inside politician money before. I know that is your problem. You want to have rank? No. See, let me tell you something. Now, some youth, a part of one youth, then they follow you. The youth will say they don't get sense. Now, the part of that youth, they follow you. Some youth today, they are educated, they are responsible, they will not follow you because you are not real. Do you understand? You to go see cut into two. Yes, you to go see cut into two. Do you understand? Oh, she will where they drop and down. Continue. And again, you know, I warn you that don't stop mentioning Sheyi's name. This guy you are talking about, guy come out and make an apology video. If they don't do anything, now you this Olebruku with the advocate, you this nonsense advocate, you go Instagram. I don't even want to qualify your personality in the industry. I don't know. Is you that is to comment that if there's nothing there, they should have said they should have arrested the guy by now. So you understand? I don't go say anything. Just take time. Take time. People waiting your back. I don't go say anything. I don't go say anything. Now when you and I see one-on-one. Now when me and you and I see one-on-one. Now when you and I see one-on-one, if you jab me one-on-one, don't worry.
So that is it. In case you don't know, this is the guy. You know, this guy was really beaten badly, and he said, according to him, allegedly, that Tinubu hired talks to design him like this. You can see how he looks. And when he was even admitted in a hospital, guess what? They still went to the hospital there to like arrest him. Even when the doctor was like, you have to go home, they held him back in the hospital because he was like, he was on bed arrest. You know, that kind of a thing. So that tells...
About 2 weeks ago, I spoke about the Nigeria Association of... National Association of Nigerian Student President, Abubakar Issa. As per Sheyi, blackmail and all that. Well, I still believe the guy blackmailed Sheyi. But the part I don't understand is, why will DSS be holding the guy since that time?
Mm-hmm.
Since then,
okay,
up to today? Is that not bad?
Mm-hmm.
In a democratic setting, in democracy, how holding a man, even if you find this man guilty, you are supposed to take him to court. Why holding the guy? I want to remind people in power, there was a time when Abacha was in power, and Abacha children, they were like this strong, very powerful at the time. When Obasanjo came in, when Abacha was no more, the children, they hear, when? Go and ask them now. Go and ask Muhammad. Go and ask others. Waiting their eyes see when their father was no more in power. Using power to detain people unnecessarily is not nice. That's abuse of power. I think holding the guy is abuse of power.
So we know that this guy, later people said he came out to apologize, but all this is because they were forcing him to apologize, you know. Now, before I get to the very dark man reacting to that guy that spoke, take a look at this image. Take a look at this image. This is father and son. This is father and son. But I'm going to read what they wrote here. And it says, father and his son. Father, Brigadier General Abu Ali, former Bauchi State military governor and current traditional ruler in Kogi. Then the son is Colonel Mohammed Abu Ali, a dogged fighter in NA, I don't know what that NA, okay, Nigerian Army, who was spied in Borno. May Allah grant Mohammed Abu Ali peace and mercy. That's his prayer. Anyway, a whole lot is happening in this country. See, there is this young guy from Ebonyi State who joined the Nigerian military. If you see him, it's like I don't even know if he's up to 20. He joined the Nigerian military. For a very short while, Boko Haram fighters spied him. So I'm just wondering why the young guys are being pushed to go fight these guys, to go fight Boko Haram, even when they don't have the sophisticated weapons they need. Now, this guy, you see, his father is still alive. Oh. His father served the Nigerian military back then, when military was not only about fighting Boko Haram. Now, military is all about fighting Boko Haram. The father fought then and retired, and now he is a traditional ruler in Kogi State, possibly the section of Bauchi that joined Kogi when Kogi State was created. While his son has already died. This one couldn't even serve the military for long, because now military is all about fighting battle. The most painful part of all this is that you are fighting against people that tomorrow they will be granted pardon. They will be granted forgiveness. They will be given amnesty. They will be given taxpayers' money to go and sin no more. But the Nigerian military will keep suffering. Have you not seen some of them with amputated hands and legs? I mean the Nigerian military men. Injuries they sustained fighting Boko Haram. Some of them have been left to their detriment. You know? But Boko Haram is getting pardon and giving taxpayers money. There was a country. There was really a country, you know, going by what we are seeing in this country, you will know that there was a country. How do you feel that people, no wonder the Nigerian military has been going around from one state to the other asking people to join the military? Because that motivation is no longer there. Military is all about fight to finish. And somebody was accusing the Nigerian military that all their men are mentally, how do I put it? Like they are psychologically down. These people have been fighting, no break. You don't send them home to go and have some rest and recover and come back. No break. You just push them in the war front. Some of them are already psychologically down. And there is no way you will face these Boko Haram people with such a mental state and you want to overcome them. Because you need your mental state to be fit for you to physically fight the battle. So it's really so sad that this guy has to be the one that his father will bury instead of him to be the one that buries his father because of fight against Boko Haram. And the painful part of all this is that they tell us that some people are enjoying the insecurity problem in Nigeria because it pays off, you know? It pays off. I don't know what is happening in this country. Now, let's take a look at this video and we are going to stop.
Because you know, I know your English. So the English I know you want to be with him and you like what he's doing.
You understand? You go talk about the thing until results come out. You create awareness around the issue. And results is already started coming out because through Isaac Fayoshe, I think Sheyi Tinubu sent him a message saying, message received. I don't know his current whereabouts or if he's in detention, but we will look into it. So Sheyi Tinubu, according to him, he said he will look into the issue of Abubakar Issa. So hopefully, Abubakar Issa will be released, hopefully very soon. You understand? That's what advocacy is. Now, that's number one. Number two, you say, I dey look for Sheyi, say I won't be with Sheyi. Sheyi not girl. Is Sheyi a girl? Where did they look for her, they won't be with? Is it Tolani Badge that if I get chance, I say I go knock on? Is that who Sheyi is? Say I want to be with Sheyi, I want to be his friend. What do I want to be friends with Sheyi for? I never want to know any politician in this country. What's my business with them? Do I look like you? Do I look hungry to you? Do I look like somebody that is desperate for wealth? I am not. I don't need nobody's connection. All I do is to speak and advocate. Do you understand? For the right things to be done, using my platform. That's what I do with my platform. For crying out loud, I'm supposed to be making a lot of money with my platform. But instead, I mean, they even spend. I did in depth as I did talk to you, which I go pay with my own hard-earned money. So calm down. Nobody want to meet Sheyi. Who is Sheyi when I want to meet? But if my business down, is it give me today? I'm trying to understand. A house, a car, what? Millions, billions? What do I need those things for? They say success is relative. What you see as successful? Maybe I define their correct. What you see as successful is not what I see as successful. Material things is not for me. It's not what I see as successful. The betterment of other people's life. When I see things they happen, Nigeria they progress. Those kind of things I want. But of course, you don't reach the age. Very soon you go reach that age. Once.
So I decided to stop that at that point. That was a very dark man reacting to the guy who was criticizing him about, possibly it's because he wants to join the very dark man. He wants to join Sheyi Tinubu's camp, and he doesn't know how to say it. That is why he's saying what he's saying now on the social media. So guys, you can see that Nigeria is really sinking at the hands of these people. They don't care. They don't care. Anyway, I promised I was going to read this out. This is kidnappers by abducted APC chairman after collecting ransom. And let me read further. There were 5 chairmen of All Progressive Congress, APC, in Ose local government area of Ondo State, Nelson Adekboyigi, who was kidnapped a few days ago, has been spied by his abductors. He was kidnapped last Monday while parking his vehicle at his residence in Ifon. Nigerians, that should worry you. In his house, not that he was on the road traveling. His kidnappers came to his house and took him away. Following the kidnap of the APC chairman, the abductors have demanded 100 million ransom. But after a series of negotiations and plea, it was reduced to 5 million. Adekboyigi was spied after 2 persons from his community in Ifon volunteered to deliver the 5 million ransom, but they were also captured by the kidnappers, who insisted that an additional 30 million naira ransom be paid before the release of the trio. That's the 3 of them. So I'm just telling you guys that you see these politicians, they don't care about the welfare of Nigerians. So this man was picked up in his house, so trying to park his car in his residence. They came there, they picked him up, they took him away, and then they demanded for ransom. They say it's 100 million, sorry. And when the family couldn't raise 100 million, they negotiated until it dropped to 5. So they accepted that 5 out of frustration. And when that 5 was given to them, they even kidnapped those that came to give them the money. And at the end of the day, they spied the APC chieftain. And still, it's as if everything is normal in this country. The National Assembly members are not speaking up about what is happening in Nigeria. What is the next move? How do we stop these people from buying people? The military is going down. Many of the personnel in the military have been quiet because of this fight against insurgents. And there is no, there is no, let me say, tough strategy being put on ground. Instead, you are begging your enemies, you are begging with Boko Haram members that their heart has been sold. They don't have human heart. If they do, they won't be buying people the way they are buying. Are those the kind of people that will listen to your plea? That's the question we all should be asking. So, guys, I'm going to end this stream at this point. Thank you for joining me. If you don't mind, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Also, give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for joining me, and God bless you. Bye.